Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Siti Shakira Mazhar and I'm from X.9 class, and in this video I will tell the story, a fictional story. The title is Rapunzel the Stolen Resource. Once upon a time, in the shiny kingdom of Corona, the people lived in plenty because of a miracle from the sun. The official story was said the king and queen used a magic flower to heal the queen's life. But the truth was much colder. The flower was actually a dangerous source of radiation, and Rapunzel was not born a princess. She was born a prototype. The king and queen did not see a baby to love. They saw a living battery that could power their empire and keep them young forever. Mother Gothel was not a witch, but the kingdom's smartest scientist. She was the one who managed the experiment on the young girl. Watching as the palace doctors used Rapunzel's golden hair to fool the city lights and heal the wealthy. As the years passed, Gothel noticed something terrible. The golden hair was not a gift, it was a parasite. It was slowly sucking the life of Rapunzel's internal organs to produce its glow. Gothel realized that if the girl stayed in the palace, she would die before her 18th birthday. In a desperate move to save the child's life, Gothel committed treason. She stole Rapunzel and hid her in a tall tower located in the dead zone, where the king's magical tracking signal could not reach. Gothel did not keep Rapunzel there to be mean. She was working on a secret cure to remove the magic from the hair, so Rapunzel could finally be a normal girl. She used the hair's magic on herself, only to stay alive long enough to finish the medicine. Meanwhile, the king was furious that his power source was gone. Every year on Rapunzel's birthday, he released thousands of floating lanterns to the public. They were a symbol of hope. But in reality, they were a high-tech sonar system. Each lantern carried a trace of the sun drop's energy to scout the land and find Rapunzel's specific magical frequency. Eventually, the king hired a greedy bounty hunter named Eugene Fizerberg. He wasn't a charming prince. He was a tracker who was promised a huge pile of gold if he brought the asset back to the palace. Eugene found the tower and tricked Rapunzel, telling her that the lanterns were a sign of her parents' love. Against Gothel's warning, Rapunzel followed Eugene back to the city. When Rapunzel finally stepped into the palace, she expected to be hugged by her lost parents. Instead, the king and queen looked at her with a cold, calculating eyes. They did not ask if she was happy or where she had been. Instead, they immediately called the alchemist to check if the magic in her hair was still strong enough to power the kingdom's grid. Rapunzel realized too late that she was just a piece of equipment to them. Gothel arrived at the palace, exhausted and desperate, trying to tell Rapunzel the truth one last time. But the king did not want his secret revealed. He ordered a guards to throw Gothel from the highest window. As she fell, she looked at Rapunzel with tears in her eyes, whispering that she was sorry she couldn't finish the cure. The king then used golden shears to cut the hair, not to free her, but to harvest the concentrated energy. Before locking Rapunzel in a laboratory basement to be used as permanent power supply, the kingdom of Corona remained the brightest and the most powerful land in the world, and the people continued to celebrate the return of their princess. They did not know that the light in their streets came from a girl crying in the dark. Rapunzel learned a painful lesson that stories told by those in power are often used to hide the truth. She realized that while she was told by the tower was a prison, it was actually the only place where she was treated like a person instead of a product. This story teaches us that the true love is about protecting someone's life, while greed is about using someone for your own gain. Sometimes the villain is the only one who actually cares. Okay, maybe that's all from me. Thank you for your attention and thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.